Take Ng-Cdf money, but that money is not supposed to be alone. It's not supposed to.
It's not with us. The case was referred to Gusiiland. I can't get the verdicts of the case, but I can read it.
I think maybe the first we can go to this.
The normal way, now you're bringing it the normal way. How the abnormal? Were you not trained at that time? And then you're saying it was approved by the Ng-Cdf. Which Ng-Cdf? The board or the Ng-Cdf actually?
Sure.
Yes, member?
Thank you. Provision. What is the basis of creation of this particular kitty chair within the CDF Act?
Next.
And even in terms of the efficiency of these funds. So in terms of the accountability, this gap in terms of how that has been utilized.
Get more funds to complete the project. Not enough money has been set aside for the project, so it's stalled at some point.
Up to now, the project is still.
You can communicate, why can they take the mic and explain the story? Have they been asked for the money? And you've not manager tells us why. If board has been asked for additional money, they should be telling us why the money has not been available.
Lead students soft loans to further their studies and later pay back the loan after clearing the studies. The funds were to be sourced from the bursary kitty of the approved budget of the financial year under reference. All the funds transferred to Cultural Education Fund were approved by the Ng-Cdf, which had ratified its source, being the approved bursary of the 2015-2016 financial year. However, the constituency moved from the Correctional Education Fund and currently offers bursary the normal way.
So how did you clarity on this? That what was approved was bursary fund, but not the formation of this thing called Correctional Education Correctional Education Organization. Which I think really it should be clear that the board only approved the bursary and not this kitty.
And Chair.
And secondly, Chair, what's the difference between giving bursary to the needy students and giving loans to the same needy students? What was the rationale? What did they want to achieve at the end of the day? And lastly, Chair, within the CDF Act.
Can you record all these questions, the members, all the way from Wakili? Because you need to respond to this. We can't move forward.
Money has started. The Ng-Cdf correction paid to the fund, and why are they that now by now? Because these are the money you are giving, but the student will pay. Why are the money paid by the student? And how much have you released from the Ng-Cdf to that correctional education fund?
Matter here. The only thing I want you to submit, if you did submit to the Office of the Auditor General, is the list of the beneficiaries of the loan from your community-based organization. Do you have any evidence of these monies? How much was given per student? What was the loan? What was the payback of the interest? Have they paid back or not? And where it was paid to? If there's evidence here, I'll move to the next query. What have you produced?
We got this query, I wrote to help, and they delayed in submitting the report, but they have submitted the report today on the status of this fund.
We are making this issue matter worse. Well, we're ready to help. You're not help. You're not a party to help. Why are you converting Ng-Cdf budget money to help? Why are you ready to help? Did you consult them when you're using, you're transferring this money to your organization?
Yeah, through the chair, the funds were being transferred to the education fund. And from the education fund, they were being transferred to health.
Why subject students? Because your monies pay to a Form 1.
Not
Is it? To a Form 1, to a college student.
Yeah, this was for college students only.
But when you were pretending to be help, what did you want to do with the money? What is the interest? Which account was paid to? I want the response you've given to OG here. OG, do you have any response to this query? What is the response? Where is the list, the evidence? That's what I want to hear.
But, Chair, I think we should say this to the board with authority, because we want value for taxpayers' money. And the only way we can realize this value is by ensuring that all projects are complete and in full use. So, Chair, your statement should be, let these projects be completed and give timelines. Because the way the fund manager is answering, we are committing, he is not very sure that we will complete these projects.
Yeah, I think that's our question, by the way, because we know maybe in some few months to come, there is preparation of the budgets due to the new financial year. So there were no money. But anyway, that is a very bad thing to do.
Chair.
Yes.
Chair, fund manager, with all due respect, I want to ask you a question. Is it the only check that you are issuing, or you are a chain of checks that you are written and disbursed, and maybe somewhere along the way you are not consolidated the funds in the account, and that is why maybe one check bounced? Is that the reason? Because if it is a single check that you had issued and it bounces, then that is a grievous error. It's an error in accounting, because you are the person who owns the account. You consolidate the money and you sit and disburse, but without even giving you 2 weeks, I think you can respond to that. You don't need 2 weeks, you can respond to that, because such errors are human. So can you respond?
My response was, at the time,
It's asking is very high. We have bursary here, which is given to midday. Because it's not given to all the students. It is released to midday deserving students. And as per the policy, it is given to the students so that they can be retained in schools without being subjected to further agony of giving back that money to anyone. It is the government that says this money should be given this way. And then this other fact that you said, it is either shyrocking, where you give and you expect to be given something. Because when you give someone a loan, it must have interest. And for information, this is a very serious crime, Chair. When you take government money and trade with it, and more so, you suppress the poor, the needy, because the words that you have used here is a very serious offense. Taking advantage of the vulnerable and the needy, when the government is trying to uplift the lives of these needy, what agony have you caused these parents? What torture have you caused a student who sits in class with the loaned school fee and coming out from that institution and gets no job, and still you want that money that you have given paid, and yet it's not your money. It is government money which is supposed to be given free. Chair, even without answering our questions, this is crime against humanity. It's a very serious crime that should be treated as so.
Chair, the witness, the agony of answering these questions, because Honorable Muthoni has nailed the issue on the head. What we should require this witness to supply this committee is who are the owners of this Karachuonyo Education Fund, who authorized the transfer of money to this fund, how much was it, who are the signatories of this Karachuonyo Education Fund, because those people should have been arraigned in court for defrauding vulnerable learners and obtaining money through false pretenses. So clearly, we do not need to belabor any answer from this witness, because this is a clear criminal conduct on the part of those who formed this entity, on the part of those in Ng-Cdf who transferred bursary money to this entity, and those who authorized money from this entity to unsuspecting learners who have again been asked to return that money through the back door under the pretense that they were being assisted when they are actually defrauded.
Thank you, remember, he's a lawyer in this committee. So whatever he's talking makes the bigger